Now, I bet you thought the same thing, that AMC was going to sell off and Ape was going to pump and close that arbitrage gap, essentially getting them to meet prior to the conversion. And I do still think that. However, why are they both selling off? Why are they both dumping? AMC down 9.27%, trading at $4.21. Basically, the Allegheny lawsuit is still in effect, and AMC and Ape cannot make the conversion and reverse split, even though the proposals went through and they got passed. Now, AMC has a dismissal order to try and get this dismissed, and once it's dismissed, AMC and Ape can do their thing right as it's dismissed. They can convert and they can have that 10-to-1 reverse split. Until then, I think shorts are going to take a huge advantage of this, especially in the little time frame that they have. I think they're going to smack it down as hard as possible. But there are some important things to go over in this video that you must see, so stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. I will update you on everything that there is to update you on. Without further ado, guys, smash a like on the video, get this to 1,000 likes, subscribe to the channel, let's get into it. Okay, so AMC at 422 right now. I expect a bounce right at $4.05, if not $4, to close that gap right around 4 to 405. There is a slight gap fill there on AMC, but not only that, that would mean AMC would be holding this trend line. Now, I do expect a bounce, and whether that's temporary or not, because again, they could be trying to close that arbitrage gap, and AMC's low is right around 375-ish. It could drop lower than this, but I do expect at least a temporary bounce right off $4.05 or $4 even. And as of right now, I don't really care about the price. It's moon or zero. I'm waiting for the conversion and reverse split to happen. Now we don't have a choice. The vote already went through, and this thing is most likely going to get dismissed. Now, as for Ape, we're trading at $1.40, down about 15% on the day. I think we got a bounce. I think we got the bounce that Ape needed right off of this trend line, and it could be done selling off. If it's not done selling off, I'm watching for a bounce right around $1.20 to $1.30. Right in that zone, I'm watching for a bounce on Ape. I also don't think it's going to break lower. Now, to touch on GameStop really quick, it was making higher highs and higher lows just like AMC and Ape, and now it invalidated a few setups. However, it is holding the relative low on the stock right around $15.40, $15.60, right in that zone. And as of now, this is the last resort. I don't have something mapped out for GameStop. I don't know where it's going to go from here. The volume is low, the cost to borrow is low, and they continuously drop GameStop, and I think AMC or Bed Bath & Beyond has to take the lead first for GameStop to follow, because I assume the same shorts are in those plays as are in GameStop. Now, real quick to touch on some Vortex numbers, 23.86% short interest on AMC. Utilization is maxed out, and the cost to borrow sitting at $285 for an average and $299 for a max. This is a great high cost to borrow fee. They are definitely in no way, shape, or form just out of the dust here. They are still paying this high cost to borrow fee. If you didn't see them getting it off the threshold list and a bunch of other stuff that happened yesterday, make sure to go watch yesterday's update video. But moving on, Ape has 6.74% short interest, 83.99% utilization, and the cost to borrow has risen to 16% and 18.56%. Of course, it's getting more risky seeing that there is a conversion over the horizon. And the AMC fails to deliver in the second half of February came out to 11 million. This insane numbers are comparable to January of 2021. Look at February 16th. On the day, Finra volume was 15.7 million and FTD was 11.8 million it failed to deliver, and 15.7 in volume. 75% of volume were fails to deliver, which is absolutely mad. Moving on to some banks, just in $10 trillion asset manager BlackRock CEO says more bank seizures could occur at Silicon Valley Bank. Now, if you guys think that this is only affecting your portfolio, there are a lot of bigger problems for bigger players than there are for you, especially seeing that BlackRock basically lends out their AMC shares to shorts. Now, speaking of BlackRock stating that more seizures could come for banks, this is how Credit Suisse is doing today. Credit Suisse stock in the last few hours is down 17%. They were denied funds by Saudi National Bank, and they revealed material weakness in its financial reporting controls, also found to be breaching Swiss supervisory law over 10 billion Greensill funds. What now? Tell you exactly what. This is exactly what you're seeing throughout the news articles, the news outlets. When you type in Credit Suisse on Google, a bunch of negative things. Speaking of that, we did grab puts this morning on Credit Suisse. If you want to know my trades, get in the Discord linked in the description. Now, remember when Lehman Brothers said they were strong and then they cracked in 2008? Well, 578 billion asset bank Credit Suisse CEO says their liquidity base is strong. Do you guys believe him? You let me know in the comments down below. Following that up, up, Credit Suisse asked a central bank for a public show of support. So if they were super strong, why are they reaching out for support? They also reached out in many other ways. French finance minister plans to speak with his Swiss counterpart in the coming hours to discuss the situation around troubled lender Credit Suisse. Now, how many bailouts can bail out a bailout to bail out another bailout with a bailout? And the largest shareholder of Credit Suisse says that it will not provide any more support. The stock is down 20% at a record low. Notice that they said they will not provide any more support. So basically they were supporting it, and now they're saying, you know, you're a lost cause. Moving on, Credit Suisse CDS's credit default swaps are going parabolic up to 875 BPS, shattering any previous record. Remember in the last video, a few videos ago, when we ran over Credit Suisse, it was at 360 something. Now it completely doubled, 875. This is actually insane. Like, whether you want to believe it or not, this is actually nuts. It's not a good thing to see. And to put this all in perspective for you, Silicon Valley Bank, that just caused all those problems, all these contagion issues, had about 209 billion in assets. Credit Suisse has 578 billion. This is a much bigger problem in the making. Just to add a little sprinkle on top, if you invested 10K in Credit Suisse at its peak, you would now have $189. So choke on that, because Credit Suisse is the same entity that gave AMC a target of 95 cents a share. Since you guys made it this far through the video, make sure to get your 17 free stocks linked under the video just for signing up and making a deposit. Plus, pop in the Discord down below. Don't sleep on the Discord. We post gains, losses, and talk stocks in there all day long. Plus, there's options trading alerts, and I'm in there on the daily as well. Those links will be under the video. Moving on, Goldman Sachs bought more than $21 billion worth of securities sold by Silicon Valley Bank last week, a transaction that was just before the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Now, we know Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and these other entities are not doing well based off of their assets that they purchased, and also based off of the sold not yet purchased liability sheets that they have. Following that, the S&P downgrades First Republic Bank FRC rating to junk. So after all of these banks started scaling up, they are probably all going to start scaling down, and this contagion is going to be very, very effective. But speaking of S&P, today, March 15th, is the exact day that ChatGPT predicted the stock market will crash, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking too hot for the S&P 500. We're trading in this little channel over here. We got up to the supply zone and we got smacked back down, currently trading at $384.32. I'm watching for a hold at $381.50 before breaking lower. Then I'm watching $375, so on and so forth, for the SPY to make new lows. Now, keep in mind, these three spots that I have mapped out, the SPY loves to do this. We are in a decision spot. Chances are the SPY isn't going to get more volatile today. It's probably going to hang right around these levels and trade sideways, and tomorrow is going to be a big day. A huge move up or a huge move down. In my opinion, this move is going to be to the downside. I think this move is going to drag us all the way down to 370 on the SPY come tomorrow. This is just what I'm expecting and what I see going forward. I think the SPY is about to bleed heavily, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. We traded in the parallel channel, we broke below, and we don't have the meeting till I believe March 22nd. Correct me if I'm wrong, for the basis point rate hikes. And until that meeting, I think the SPY has a lot of uncertainty and people are not in the best spot, especially with what's going on with banks. Just to close out the video, touching a little bit on war, China, Russia, and Iran launched joint military drills on Wednesday in the Gulf of Oman. Chinese Defense Ministry says this is not good. We don't want to see China, Russia, and Iran teaming up on launching military drills together, especially with what China has been saying about the US and the whole conflicts that have been happening with Russia, Ukraine, so on and so forth. But you guys let me know your thoughts on war down below. Make sure to hit the like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel because only 60% of you guys are subscribed. Hopefully you found value out of the video or at least enjoyed watching. And again, pop in the Discord linked under the video, guys. Don't sleep on that. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.